Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Thief 3 Deadly Shadows, the third and final installment in the Thief trilogy, where we finally learn the secrets of the Keepers. I'm Camp Jack Fisco, and I'm looking forward to presenting this journey for you, so please come along and let's enjoy the ride, shall we? Now, as per usual, I'm running with graphical updates, tweaks, things to make the game run better, so we will
get started.
I got a
tip last night from my fence. Heartless Perry. A nobleman named Lord Julian had some sort of quarrel and showed up at a local inn well after nightfall and in a foul mood. He's carrying a velvet bag about the size of a man's fist, and it never leaves his sight. Sounds likely to be valuable, but I'll know for sure when I steal it from him. Perry sent over a floor plan of the place, the Blue Heron Inn. Finding his lordship won't be hard. His room number will be in the guest register, if I can get to the front desk to read it. The inn will have guards, but not as many as a private estate. That should make things easy, which is one of the reasons I'm willing to try it without knowing for sure what the take will be. Lord Julian is so protective of that bag. There's got to be something of value in it.
And of course, they plunge you right into it, and this is actually the tutorial level, so they're going to give us lots of shoehorn tutorials of telling us how to do things, and even though it's a different engine, most of it's pretty much the same, so we're going to kind of gloss over that. The difficulty in this game, they actually added an easy. I don't know why. Probably because since they were introducing it to the console, which is why it's named Thief Deadly Shadows, not Thief 3, is because there's lots of console players out there that would want an easier playthrough than even normal. Now, the difficulty in this one is very different than it was in the last ones. In the last ones, it affected objectives as well as the loot. It affected opponent awareness and the number of baddies you faced. I downloaded a patch that tweaks this slightly. So we don't face damage penalties at a higher level. We still have the same number of health, so it's not like the previous games. The acuteness and their combat ability does increase with the difficulty. Yeah, so that's basically what it does. But we're forced to do the tutorial mission on normal no matter what. Now, one thing they did in this game that really bugged the crap out of me at the beginning was they replaced the short sword with a dagger. I mean, we're already motivated in Thief enough not to use combat, but in this one, they take that a step further and really go out of their way to minimize combat. Now it's all entirely tactical. You have to backstab. You have to hit somebody with an arrow while they're unaware, things like that. It became much more tactical, much more fight from the shadows, much less overt combat. 1 second, please. So they changed the way it worked. And in this one, the blackjacking is even different. Before, if you could get it behind a guy, even if he's semi-alert, you could knock him out. You saw me do that several times being cute. In this one, you can't do that anymore. You can only knock them out if they're unaware. Even if their back is to you, you can't knock them out, which personally, I think is crap. Because if you hit somebody in the back of the head with a blackjack, whether they're aware of you or not, their ass is going to slump to the ground because of the trauma it causes to the base of the skull. But I was not able to find a mod that was able to fix that in any way, shape, or form, sadly. So we will have to carry on with the crappy blackjack they've given us. And we do start with 10 water arrows. And of course, we have the mechanical eye from the previous games. So now, I did download a graphics patch that changes his outfit to actually match the outfit he had from Thief 1 and 2. So we actually look like traditional Garrett, not the new goofy Garrett they made him look like. So that's one of the many patches that are graphical updates that I downloaded to get the ball rolling. So now there will be black screens between the loading times because it launches multiple EXEs when it runs the game. I don't know why, but it does. So, but it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't affect the gameplay. Welcome to the training mission. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we get it. Click OK. Yeah, we need to be stealthy. There's a light gem at the bottom. We get it. We've played Thief before. Thank you.
Whew, long shift. Counting the minutes.
Now, as you can see, I tried to turn up the brightness slightly. Just enough so you guys could see in the dark. Because for me, this is actually kind of washing out the colors. Because I could already see in the dark to begin with. But I don't know if that's because of my monitor or just my vision. So And as you can see, we can actually see our body in this one. You can flip to a third-person view in this game, which is an option that was not in the previous. Personally, I still prefer first-person. That's my style. I've always preferred a first-person view for most games. There's only been a handful of games that I played that I felt it was appropriate that it was third-person. I mean, there's a lot of third-person games I enjoy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against the genre by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, we need to hide in the shadows and sneak past. I get it. But certain games, to me, feel better in first-person view. That's just my own personal preference. Now, that does not mean that I think everything should be first-person, and I do believe there's an oversaturation of that in the market now, but we'll get into that rant another day. For now, we're playing Thief. So, Light Gym is just like it was in the previous ones. Most of the keys are relatively the same. They did add one new feature. Creep allows you to walk across a noisy surface without actually making noise, as opposed to still making noise no matter what. That's one of the improvements I do like. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot more commentary in this than I have done in the previous two games, because now there's much more to compare. There's more of a contrast to show between the way the games were set up. I can point out the things that I felt were good improvements on the games and the things that I felt were detriment, like the dagger. So, it tells you to go that way, but if you do, you just knock the barrel over, so I hop over the edge. Go back to standing. Now, one thing they've changed in the game is that things you can interact with, or FROB as it was called in the last engine, now are highlighted. Now, the default color is blue. The mod I'm running actually changes it to a dark brown, so it's not this blatant glow-in-the-dark, go-here objective. So, yeah, in my opinion, much improved. Yeah, pick up water arrows. Yeah, I know how this works, thank you. Now, one thing you can do to exploit is in this first level, you can keep picking up water arrows until you're maxed, which I believe the max is 25. So you can actually get maximum water arrows right off the bat to help save resources, fire an arrow into the torch, which is the objective, and then pick up another one and go back to 25. So you can leave the tutorial mission with maximum water arrows, which is kind of a cool exploit. Now, the zoom in this one is independent of the bow fire, so that's actually kind of useful in my opinion, instead of having it be automatically integrated. From what I hear of what they do in the new one, you have to draw the string with one key, you have to aim with another key, and you have to fire with another key, which sounds ridiculous in my opinion, that it requires so many freaking keys to accomplish. And teaching us how to mantle over. Whoops. Now, as most of you may have noticed, that actually said press right mouse button. Now, I come from the old school of when they first introduced mouse aim. Back then, right mouse button was jump, and I'm sure a lot of you are going, what? That sounds insane. You use the space bar for jump. No, actually, that didn't develop until the late 90s. In the early 90s, when they first introduced mouse aim, it was always the right mouse button. So in a lot of games, I flip it from spacebar to right mouse button, and the right mouse button becomes the spacebar. So in a lot of games, that's what I do. That's the keybinds I have. In the games where I don't, I actually have to reacclimate myself to using jump with my thumb on the spacebar. So I just want to get that out of the way, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people giving me flack for it. But hey, it works for me, and I do it well, so it doesn't matter. So we get back into it. Now, a lot of people didn't like the new lockpicking. Personally, I did. I thought it was very well executed. I like the fact that you actually have to try to align the lockpick, and you can either hold the key or you can rapidly click when you find the right spot to immediately unlock it. And as you get into it, there's more circular layers you have to unlock, and it gets more complex. And it's not just up, down, left, right. It can actually be in an angle. But it's always either going to be up, upper left, left, lower left, down, bottom right, right, upper right, or up. It's always going to be one of the 8 directions. I've only seen it be between the 8 directions on a handful of keys, or a handful of locks in this game. And those are the super hard ones. So, just to let you know. Yes, I know how to open the door, thank you. You don't need to repeat the tutorial. I'm talking to my viewers. Is that a problem with you, Thief Deadly Shadows? You got a problem with me being stealthy and elaborate? Now, in this, you automatically grab the ladder. You did in the old ones, but you could actually set it up so jump was your grab key. So you jump onto the ladder, you jump off, or you could duck to drop off. In this one, it's just you latch onto the ladder. So in this one, it's telling us how to blackjack, which yes, we already know what to do. In this one, when you have a blackjack lined up, it brings up the weapons, so you know you've got a knockout ready to go. Now, you never want to leave a body around, which is what the tutorial's telling us. Go back and drop him over the ledge. Now, one thing you'll notice that changed, if any of you have played Thief Deadly Shadows, is normally his body would bob around like it's made out of rubber. One of the things I went in and tweaked to make the gameplay better was reduce the bounciness so human beings don't hit the ground and bounce around like they're tennis balls. They actually hit the ground and kind of flop a little bit so the limbs readjust. So it's much more realistic than, you know, boing, 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 the body bouncing all over the place comically. So you can actually, let's see, we got Lord Julian, Peony Suite, Earl of Warwick and Friends, Cotillion Suite, Aloysius, Griggs, Dunroom, Baronet Mowbray and Companion, Cabriolet Suite, Dame Jala and Companion, Crystal Suite, Hayfirth McDougal, Bungalow Room. I swear they're trying to trip me up with these names. Master Vorig and Apprentice, City View Room, Lord Pocrates, Wisteria Room. I swear there are times where I think this game is just trying to trip me up to make me look stupid.
Lord Julian. Wouldn't do to have anyone think he was just Julian.
Well, of course not. Okay, and then this one, I don't think we can actually, like, break things. I don't remember. One thing that was changed with the mod file that I downloaded that tweaks animations is leaning is faster, so it much more resembles Thief 2, or Thief 1 and 2. It also changed the animation of the dagger, because you're fighting with a dagger, you should swing it quickly. It also slightly tweaks the blackjack, so it's actually a little bit slower than the default. You can't just go swinging it haphazardly. So some of the animations were tweaked slightly to make the game a little better. So those are the ones I'm running with, and I'm still going to have to get used to them, so it's going to be an interesting task. Now you have to be aware of things like cats, because they will make noises when you get near them. Not everything you pick up will be valuable. Yeah, if you pick up an item and it's not useful, it floats in the middle of your display right there. Yes, kitty, kitty. Alright, now there's some loot in here that you can actually pick up that is not blatantly pointed out to you. Okay, I know. Use tab to see the map. I get it. I have played the Thief game, so yeah, I don't think we can knock down banners or anything anymore. So we actually want to look around for extra loot, because not all the loot is going to be obvious in the training mission. In fact, I'm pretty sure... Quiet, kitty. We're trying to be stealthy here. Okay, this is actual loot. Hello? Oh, now it'll let me pick it up. It had to give me the message first. Loot 50, 1%. Okay, now one of the things they added to the game, which is actually pretty cool, is you can actually wall flatten. Allows you to walk along a wall without making noise. Now you can walk around surfaces and then go back to wall crawling. It's actually a pretty useful ability. Okie dokie. And we're just going to try to avoid the light here. Now we get this far, and they give us noisemaker arrows, because it says, distract the guard. So we bust out the noisemaker and fire it down the hall.
What on earth is that sound?
Fetch. So he goes out the window, and I think there might actually be loot in here. I'm not sure.
Come out, you taffer. Stop wasting my time. Just then. What found?
Oh, man. Okay, so can we distract him and then, like, go back? Because I don't want to go through the door and... Oh, wait, no. Right. What was I thinking? I know how to do this. We just got to get by the guard. Go get the loot in the room, then... Oh, come on. Do I have to, like, wall crawl to get past this weasel? Oh, wait. Can I be cute and send him the other direction? That would do it.
Yikes! Not like any noise I ever heard.
Yeah, that might actually work. We can send him the other direction, and then... Oh, good. The loot we grabbed is still there. Hello? That looks like it should be grabbable. I guess it's not. Okay. Once you get him to leave, he's gone. So. Okay, the plate is 62, so we're at actually 62% of the loot already.
How did this happen?
Okay, he's not in his room, so view your objectives. Which we already knew what our objectives were, so I don't know what it's telling us. Okay, loot, 75%. Alright. My friend and honored Lord Julian, I will meet you in the Lancaster room tonight. I trust you will be mindful of the risks involved and be generous. Morris, the cook. So yes, now we know
His lordship has gone for a walk. Can't have gone far.
Sadly, you can never really put anything down gracefully. Which is kind of annoying. 87% of the loot, so we're actually doing pretty well.
If anyone even looks at me funny, gonna be some bloody noses.
Is there any loot up here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Now we just have to get around the guard here.
Five picked men.
Which is relatively easy enough.
5 picked men with me, and we cut our way through.
He's your cousin, my lord.
I won the bet. My shaft was
Night guard.
closer by a thumb's width. The
You-
bloodline noble should rightfully...
Oh, I must have hit him in the head, that's why. He turned around, I didn't hit him soon
I can
enough.
help you. I know the castle.
Well, you're a cook. What could you know?
Every evening after sunset, the supply wagon comes through that gate and into the courtyard, and no one looks twice. Arrange for your men to be inside one evening.
And then we cut our way through. 5 good men against 20, and my accursed cousin.
My lord, listen. There is a passage leading into the castle from the courtyard. I can open it for you when you give me the signal. The torch in the lion's head sconce. You must put it out.
The lion's head torch.
Yes.
And when I reach the vault and hold the bloodline opal, I will take my place as head of the family. The Lady Elizabeth will be waiting. Even now she'll be flattering him, giving me time to return.
Bloodline opal,
Only
you say?
the medallion is the only key, my lord. You must keep hold of it.
You forget Lord Ember has another.
Yeah,
I hear
boy.
he guards it with his life.
My lord, I wish only for peace in the household.
The opal is mine. I won that bet, Morris. I won it.
Thanks for giving us our next robbery site. Really appreciate that. It means a lot. Now, they magically teleport a guard right in front of us. So we have to test out the flashbangs.
Ouch! I'm blind!
I will have
So basically, you just kind of... Whoops, door's in the way. Go around and shut the door behind you.
Who was that?
But I've still got the goods.
Right then. What is that?
So, and that's the end of the tutorial level, so we can get on with our lives. And actually get into the real game. So, yeah.
Nothing like mixing in society, especially if it comes with good loot. The velvet bag turned out to hold a bronze medallion stamped with a griffin. Valuable enough, but more interesting was the conversation I overheard between Lord Julian and the cook. Especially the part about a huge opal and a conspiracy for stealing it. I'd hate to have anyone but me get a stone like that. But I need a better idea where to start looking. If I show the medallion to my fence, I'm sure he'll know more. Heartless Perry always does.
And now we get to check out our stats. 10 minutes, maximum loot, times caught 1 because we knocked the guard out, but we hit him in the face so he saw us. So that keeps track of all your things. Locks picked 1, no pockets picked because we did steal it off the balcony, or the nightstand. And now we continue on into the main game. But, of course, you know, cutscenes, that's Thief. The animation style was changed slightly for this version of the game. The glyphs are changing. That can't be good.
fence take a look at Lord Julian's medallion. Perry says the crest belongs to the Rutherfords, one of the oldest so-called great families, with a castle in South Quarter and a street named after them. They've got a lot of wealth and a nasty reputation for turning on each other. Based on that conversation I overheard, Julian is definitely carrying on the family tradition. Lord Ember, Julian's cousin, currently resides in the castle, and Julian wants revenge. Julian had a good plan. Hide inside a supply cart and ride in after dark, then signal the cook to open the side door by putting out the lion's head torch in the courtyard. It was a good enough plan for me to use myself. That bloodline opal sounds valuable, and it's better off with me than sitting around in their vault. But I can't get lazy. Ember will have his personal guard, and doubtless a few other family tricks in store for anyone who comes after the opal.
Now, I believe we're still... Oh, okay, so we can actually change the... Yeah, they only change how many special loot items and how much money you need to get. Other than that, the difficulty doesn't really affect loot. I mean, it affects how much you need, but other than that, that's it. Obviously, on the highest one, you're not allowed to kill anybody. So, but now it's don't kill any non-combatants. It's no longer don't kill a guard. So we're actually free to defend ourselves for once. So, we are actually going to try Expert and see how well I do. I've only played the game on normal and hard so far. I've never played Expert, so I'm kind of curious as to how well I'll do. Goals, we already know what it is. Figure out the vault, steal the opal, get into the castle, leave the castle grounds. We already know about the cook and the fire. So we get a healing potion, we get 8 flash bombs, 20 broadheads, the 25 arrows we got, 5 noisemakers, which we have a really limited amount of arrows we can carry maximum now. In the last one, you could actually carry, to my knowledge, like up to 99 of each type, but you had to actually find them, and they didn't let you buy that many at the beginning of the level. Now, we're probably going to be capping our arrows and keeping them capped most of the time, just because we don't really get to carry a whole lot, which, while technically is more realistic, it's not really in the vein of the old thieves, so that's just a personal irritation of mine. Okay, so we have the velvet bag. This is the loot we have so far, which is useful because in this version of the game, it's actually open world. So we can, between missions, rob the city, sell our loot, buy gear. We actually get to do stuff between missions. It's not just mission after mission like it was in the previous game. My apologies, I had to cough. So it's they added a degree of open world, and I really like that they did that because it added more ambiance to Thief. And there are nuances about this that are glitchy, but you have to bear in mind, this is a lot like Thief 1. They wanted to take Thief and take it in new directions and do different things while still retaining the original Thief. And in my opinion, to a large degree, they accomplished that. But much like Thief 1, there are a lot of hiccups. So I imagine if they had actually made another game, which they did not intend to, it was meant to be a trilogy, if they had made another game, they would have worked those kinks out and it would have been a much more fluid gameplay experience. So I think it's the fact that they were trying something new on a new engine that led to so many issues with the game. That's my own personal opinion of it. Once again, we go to the wonderful black screen while it launches the other executable and loads up the file, because I don't know why it does that, but that's the way Thief works. When you're in full screen, you don't really know it's doing that because it doesn't work
There's
that way.
the torch. Now to give the signal.
But since I'm running it...
Tonight. It's the rain earlier.
I'll shut
Everyone's
up now.
gone in. Black as pitch out here. They doubled the watch. This castle's as old as South Quarter. See the way the stone is? Pulled off an army. Probably has. You really think so? Who knows? It's an old part of town. Streets are all different here, not like Aldale or Stone Market. What do you know about it? I could have been in the city watch. I knew it that well. I could find my way around blind. Bet you've seen things. You wouldn't believe it. Saw a rat once as big as a dog. I saw a man dead in the street without his skin. Come on, who'd take somebody's skin? Could be... Nah, I won't say it. Nobody knows the whole city. How old it is, how many times it's been built over. Not the Hammerites, nobody.
This is our mechanical eye. Allows us to zoom in at any point, which is a very useful skill. Now, if we can get around, we can actually get behind the guard with the light and knock his butt out. It's tricky to do, but if you can do it, it makes your life a little easier later on in the game.
Oh no.
What's that then?
That was... Aha! Some bloody fool.
Nope, that didn't go well.
Come on, with me!
And of course, combat in this is not recommended, because you're going to get your butt kicked. That... We recovered from that a little better than I thought we would. I was expecting to have to restart.
I better tell someone about this.
Oh, no you don't.
What are you playing at?
Oh,
What are
that's
you
right, we
playing
can't
at?
just knock people out. Dang it! Alright, so... Oh, we can save, we just can't... Quick... Shit. How do I restart the level? Okay! I think my... Wait, no, is there a quick save, quick load? There is! I'm an idiot, never mind. Oops. Well, we're off to a wonderful start. They're already aware we're here, and we've slaughtered 2 of the guards, although we really need to move the bodies, so if anybody comes running, they're not gonna see a crime scene, so...
Well, sure looks clear to me. Bet it was one of them big whirly bugs I heard. Dived into a light.
At least move the bodies over to the corner. There's somebody still running.
Uh-oh. There you are!
Okay, don't know what that was all about, but alrighty. Come on, mantle over. Mantle over, dude! What are you doing? Oh dear, I'm stuck in the floaty glitch.
Over here! He's right here!
This is an annoying glitch that happens from time to time. I don't know why. I just quick loaded, so it has to reload the whole level all over again, which is kind of annoying. But, oh, I was saying you didn't know the transitions that were happening between EXEs because you're running it in full screen. I'm running it in a window. I actually finally figured out how, and it's made a lot of things very obvious now, like the whole transition and whatnot. So we'll try to stick to the shadows. The guards finally unglitched.
The murderer's after me!
So yeah, they're still freaking out, so I need to move those bodies. Alright, I'm gonna quick load again, run over there, see if I can hide the bodies real fast. Probably not, but what the hell, let's give it a try, right? But actually, that's going to have to wait for the next episode because we're at the time limit, so... Thank you, everybody, for joining me. You're definitely going to see me making a lot more mistakes in this version because the game works differently. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot more stupidity on my part, so I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for watching. You guys are really awesome viewers. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. It means a lot to me, and I hope they're enjoyable for you because, hey, that's the whole point. So, you guys take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.